Hey guys and gals, it's Jim back here and everything, and I was going to do this video earlier, but before we get started, I'll let you guys know, I wasn't really looking to get the vaccine for the COVID up until yesterday. I went and got my first dose of the Pfizer yesterday and all that. The thing that changed my mind, I've been seeing too many stories of people on the news ending up in the hospital with this new Delta variant that say they wish they would have got the vaccine to start with because it's nasty. So anyway, yeah, I went and got my first dose of the Pfizer vaccine at my local CVS yesterday. As far as did I experience any side effects? Yes, I did. After about 6 hours after receiving the shot, my shoulder felt like somebody took and beat it with a baseball bat. It's starting to dissipate today. It's just a minor ache, but man, last night it got so bad. I couldn't position my arm. I got it in my right shoulder. I couldn't position my right arm to be comfortable for anything. But anyway, you know, I'm not trying to make a push or anything like that. Not trying to, you know, be political. But I just felt better about getting the vaccine after seeing too many stories with people ended up really bad in the hospital and stuff, saying they wish they would have got it. So that's what changed my mind and stuff. And today I'm feeling a lot better about it and stuff. So I go in another 3 weeks for my second dose. So that's going to be about it. So anyway, what we got here, I'm doing this video to kind of do like for any modelers out there, but a lot of newer modelers, newer subscribers that might be getting into model building and stuff. It's kind of like a before and after. Over the weekend, I made a few bases. I made this one for the Red Starfighter, the original Red Squadron Starfighter. I got another base that's the same like this, but without the Death Star tiles. These are the Death Star tiles that I molded on my own from my mold. I made a bunch of them for future use on bases just like this. I wanted to give these models a little bit more character than just the regular plastic display base they come on, which is kind of small and flimsy. So kind of gives it a little purpose, a little bit of a scene, you know, so you can kind of relate. Oh yeah, that's the X-Wing from the Death Star battle and stuff. For the Blue Squadron one, I'm same size base, but it's going to be like a water type diorama and stuff like that, with a little bit of you know, waves kicked up from the you know, from it flying over the water surface and stuff like that. I got another base similar to this one for whenever I get to building my Y-Wing and stuff like that. And then I'll do another base for my, that's a 148 model. The Snow Speeder, I'll do like a snow base, you know, kind of like with my AT-AT that I did and stuff like that. So, yeah, I made a bunch of these bases over the weekend and stuff. Spent my weekend doing that since it was so hot and humid. Good indoor project and everything. Got them all put together, painted and everything. So anyway, wanted to do this before and after. I know these are two different X-Wings, but they're basically the same. They're both built out of box. But it'll kind of show you the before and after. You know, you could build it out of box just like that. It's fine. Once I build a model and stuff, you know, if I'm not going to weather something, first off, when I build it, I put a coat of clear gloss on it so I could do the decals. The decals adhere better. Once I'm finished with that, if I'm not going to do any weathering, I give it a coat of dull coat and everything. So that's just straight out of box waiting for weathering. This one here, I weathered it all up and all that, and it's to the point now all I gotta do is add the weapons on this, the 4 weapons, the laser cannons or guns, whatever you call them and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that till I mount it on the base. That way I don't take a chance, because they are pretty delicate and they will break easily. So basically, I want to show you, you know, it's okay to build a model like that if you're a beginner and you don't get in all the weathering and you want it to look like a brand new, you know, fighter. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's fine. There's no rules in modeling that you have to do so, stuff like that, you know. This one I got all weathered up and all that, and pretty much I did a lot of chipping. What I did first was once I gave it the clear gloss, you want to give it a clear gloss coat before you do a wash. You know, if you give it a flat coat, once you brush your wash on, it's going to soak into that dull coat because of the texture of the paint. It's like a sponge. It's going to absorb it. You're not going to be able to wipe it off and get the look that you want. So I give it a coat of clear gloss, and what I do is I mix up, I'm old school. Back in the 80s and stuff, we didn't have washes like they do now that are made specifically for washes. So I just use a 50-cent a bottle apple barrel paint. I like, on a lighter model like this, where you don't want something that's really dark and heavy, I go with this pewter gray. It's kind of a medium gray, maybe a little bit on the darker side of the medium, but not much. And I mix it about 2/3 of the paint to about, 1/3 of the paint to 2/3 water and all that. Mix it in real good. It's like a little thinner than the consistency of milk. I just mix in these little plastic cups like that and stuff, and because I'm not using much. And basically what I do is I just take a soft bristle brush like you would use for painting or something, and I just spread it on. I don't do the whole model at once. I just use do a section at a time, and basically what I do is I'll brush it on. I got myself a damp paper towel, and then I'll do a section at a time. Then I'll wipe it down. I go real lightly, and if you want to darken it up some, if it's not getting into the panel lines or the detail like you want to, you give it a second coat. But if you do the whole model, it will dry, and it'll take you a lot more effort to wipe off what you don't want left on the model and stuff. So that's basically how I do my washes, what I use for them. Then I do my chipping. Again, I use the apple barrel paints and stuff. And as you can see on the sides there, the side there, I got this chipping effect up around different areas and stuff. This one I wanted really beat up because it's seen a lot of dog fights out in space and everything, and battling the TIE fighters and stuff, Darth and his gang. But for the chipping effect, what I did, I just mixed up a little bit of paint close to the same color as the model is, the base coat. And I take a piece of Scotch-Brite, which is kind of like the same type of material like you get on your kitchen sponges, your scouring pad sponges and stuff like that. And what I do is I dab it in the paint, then I wipe off the excess on a paper towel. And so you got bare minimum paint on there. Then you just go around and dab here or there, random pattern. It don't have to be nothing uniform. And there's no wrong way of doing it. Another way I've seen guys do it, which I prefer this method. A lot of other guys use this method. There's another way you could get the liquid mask from Microsol, and take a toothpick and dab little spots of the liquid mask. It's like a rubber when it dries. And you paint your base coat, or paint your base coat first, then dab some of that on here and there. And then you can paint, like, say, that red stripe there. You paint that on, and once that paint dries, take your finger or something, or a tip of a toothpick, and rub that liquid mask off, and you'll have the same kind of effect and everything. This way seems a little easier, quicker, and, it gives you the same effect and all that. Once I get my chipping done the way I want it, then I'll take my pastel chalks, and I use a pretty stiff bristle brush. In this case, on this one, I use a Q-tip, and I just dirty it up. Up in the front, you can kind of see the leading edge. It's the first thing that's gonna get hit by a lot of space dust and debris, stuff like that. I'll work my way across the model here or there. A lot of the edges, like the creases and stuff in the model, I highlight it with some weathering and stuff like that. You can see I got some streaks on the engines and all that. When I did my wash, I went a little bit heavier inside those intakes on the engines, because that's going to take in a lot of space dust and debris, stuff like that. So it's going to get darkened up with, with dirt and soot and junk, other particles and stuff like that. Again, with my pastel chalks, I darken up the edges of the thrusters on the back and all that. You can see the wash, it gets in and makes a lot of detail pop. It shows off a lot of more detail than just a solid piece of plastic. I mean, you can still see the detail, but it's all one color. It looks like a toy. Even though it's a model kit, it looks more toy-like until you dirty it up. But like I says, for you guys that don't get into the weathering, you just want to build a model and put it on your shelf and have a nice model of an X-Wing, it's fine to just build it out of box and leave it that way. I just like to make my stuff a little bit more realistic and stuff like that, and you know, things like that. I did find a bunch of pictures of the studio scale, the filming model X-Wing and stuff, and man, the different versions, you know, like they had Red 5, Red 3, Red 4, Red 1, Red 2. Some of them were dirtied up more than others, so I wanted mine to look like it was really beat up, so I went pretty heavy on some of the different techniques and stuff like that, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. Like I says, once I get things all buttoned up with this, I'll take and mount it on the base, then I'll mount the weapons on the side of the wingtips and stuff, and we'll be all finished with this one. I'll probably work on this one tomorrow, weathering that one up. It took me about 3-4 hours to weather that whole model, all the different techniques, the chipping, the wash, the pastel chalks and all that stuff, but I like the way it came out. But I thought I'd share this video with you guys, let you know where I'm at, what's going on. My shoulder is feeling a lot better today than it did last night or even early this morning, so but yeah, so that's it. And all, till the next time, I probably won't do another video on these particular models till I get them all finished up and mounted on the bases and things like that. So that's gonna do it for now. So till the next time, I want to thank all my subscribers. Thanks to all my new... another thing before I go, I'm sorry about that. I did want to show you on other models, which this is going to... I'll be doing a video on this in the future down the line, but this is the ATST Chicken Walker, the 1/48 scale. I did this one a while back, and I still got to make a lot of... I want to make some like trees for the diorama and stuff, something like I did for a little tiny 1/44 scale. But on this particular model, you can see the chipping. Being that this is gray, it's kind of like the undercoat would have been a black. I didn't paint the whole model with black, but I just shot it with the gray, did the weathering. But on this particular model, you can see my chipping all over the place. I did it with black. The same technique, that little piece of Scotch-Brite, and I just, you know, dabbed it here and there real quick. You don't have to press down hard, just real quick, like boom, like you're pricking something with a pin real quick and stuff. So, but I did that chipping technique on there. You can pick it out all over the legs and stuff like that. That one I wanted to pop more. If I would have done it in white, it would have kind of blended in with the gray. It wouldn't look just right. So it's like this one's almost like a black undercoat and the gray, and then the gray paint's getting chipped off and stuff like that and flaking off here and there, and it gives it that realistic look that it's really been beaten up and, you know, rubbing up against the trees in the forest and stuff like that. Things get scratched up and chipped up. So that's that, but I'll be doing a video on that down the line and stuff in more detail. So anyway, till the next time, thanks to all my subscribers, thanks to all my new subscribers, thanks for hitting the like button, thanks for all the great comments you guys been leaving me, and you and your families stay safe out there and all that kind of stuff, and we'll be talking to you real soon. Okay, bye.